My coverage of Computex 2023 is brought to you by G.Skill, Thermaltake, Cooler Master, and Gigabyte. Welcome back to my coverage of Computex 2023. I am at the G.Skill booth, and they always have some exciting stuff going on here. Some awesome custom builds, of course. They have their overclocking world stage. They have fancy new DDR5 memory, and we also have one of the most insanely dense memory configurations I've ever seen, running at one of the highest speeds I've ever seen, and a brand new thing that I wasn't expecting G.Skill to have, so let's start with that. This is Wigidash. It is a little screen, a little touch screen. So this device is made to help you monitor your computer, help you use your computer, help you actually do lots of functions that your computer can do, but a little bit more easily by way of an external touchscreen that connects to your computer. This is an engineering sample, so this product is still in development, although they are hoping to launch it by the end of the year. You can see that there is a grid, so you have 5 spots across the top. And this is paired with software that you can use to customize what you're seeing in which little spot. You can also have certain info take up more than one panel on that grid, of course. It's a 7-inch 1024 by 600 pixel capacitive touchscreen. Connects very simply via USB 2.0. Currently it only works with Windows 10 and Windows 11 64-bit operating systems. But G.Skill tells me that they're going to be continuing to enhance and add to the software package that goes along with this. It's also open source so that they can potentially have community supplied plugins for different pieces of software. Right now we're seeing some basic system information, the P-core clock, CPU package temperature, memory clock, also functions for adjusting brightness and stuff like that. And you can see they've already tied in some software to work with this. So we have an OBS plugin that's basically just going to allow you to scene switch for now, but they're planning to enhance that for additional OBS functions. You got hardware info available right there, so tap on that and it really quickly pulls up a full list of the relevant hardware info things. Of course, you can set this up and configure it to show you the information that you are most interested in seeing in your system. You've also got a Spotify tie-in, a Twitch tie-in. That can be handy since this would be sitting down on your desk, so you could actually use this to monitor your Twitch chat, for example, and make sure they're not saying anything naughty in there. They probably are, so you should probably be monitoring your Twitch chat. The software, as mentioned, is still in development, but they are integrating functions that you might expect for this type of device, such as a bunch of different profiles, as well as the ability to automatically detect if you launch an application and switch to a specific profile for that application. They're hoping to launch the Wigidash by the end of this year. They do not have a price listing for it yet, but as you can see, a very functional, versatile device so far, and they're just getting started, really. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Wigidash. Is this the kind of accessory you think would be useful for your PC at home? Now, G.Skill's core product that they make is memory, of course. High-speed memory, gaming memory, memory for all sorts of uses and applications. And their Royal series has now been updated and upgraded for DDR5 support. And we have a few different variants of this. We have the TridentZ 5 Royal over here, which maintains either a gold or a platinum finish. Of course, with those shiny rock candy-ish elements across the top that do light up in RGB when these sticks are actually plugged in. They do have a demo with them spinning around and around and around, with the RGB being displayed as well. That demo is for this newest design. What do you guys think of this? We have the rock candy going across the top. We have some bling on the side too. That's kind of showing off perhaps where the actual memory modules are beneath the heat spreader. But again, a silver finish, a platinum finish, as well as a gold finish. So if you want to bling out your system with some DDR5 memory, G.Skill has quite a few options for you. They've also used their existing design for the TridentZ 5 memory, and they've given it a gold or platinum finish. It still maintains that black strip across the middle, still maintains RGB support, of course, as well. Perhaps just slightly more subtle than the Royal versions of this memory, but still giving you plenty of bling. Of course, the super shiny blingy memory isn't for everyone, so G.Skill also has standard colors for the memory, but they're coming out with the TridentZ 5 Neo RGB in a white finish, which I think looks pretty clean. I'm not supposed to touch these for fingerprints and stuff like I want to. I'm gonna put my fingers right here. No, I'm not actually going to touch it. But let me know what you think of these new finishes and new colors for the G.Skill DDR5 memory kits. Let's take a look at some of the memory in action. This setup right here is a DDR5 8800 speed setup. Now this is an overclock. This is not like an XMP kit or anything like that, but they are reaching DDR5 8800 speeds, CAS latency 40, 52, 52, 140, and that is not with the 32 gig kit, that's with the 48 gig kit, 24 gigs by 2. G.Skill is continuing to make DDR5 memory kits that can just go faster and faster. These kits are already out, so they do have a DDR5 8000 kit CL40 that can plug in with XMP settings, so that's just an example of it right there. These kits are also out to DDR5 6800, DDR5 6800, DDR5 6800, but those are 96 gig kits, which is a 48 gig by 2 setup. And you know, one thing that's challenging with DDR5 memory is running more than 2 sticks at once. So with this setup here, using an Asus Pro W790E Sage motherboard and a Xeon W9 3495X CPU, which is an 8 channels memory CPU controller. So we are getting a single channel per DIMM here, which is why they're able to run it at this speed. DDR5 6000, you know, you've probably seen that before. CL30, pretty good timings. 384 freaking gigs of memory all running at that speed. Very impressive, both with the density and the speed for this setup. I wanted to specifically highlight this LN2 setup by ElmorLabs. This is insane. On multiple levels. First off, you have a cool pyramid design with like smoking LN2 gas coming out the top, which is just visually very exciting, cool to look at. The memory in this setup, which yes is LN2 cooled, is running a DDR5 10,000 speed. The CPU is at 7 gigahertz, and this is actually automated. There is a CPU pot there at the center that is getting fed more LN2 as it evaporates by this line that's going in from the side, which is very chilly and frosted over. In order to hit that memory speed of DDR5 10,000 though, they're actually warming up the socket around the CPU. So they're not necessarily going for peak CPU frequency here. They're really aiming for that memory clock. But they've also got a 2-panel system here to help keep the condensation on the outside rather than getting in. It's kind of fun because you can just sort of write on it with your finger like you're a little kid in your car with your parents growing up or something like that. So great job at ElmorLabs to get this set up and the demo going to show off how fast the DDR5 kits can run with the aid, of course, of a little LN2. By the way, the memory isn't directly cooled by the LN2 in there. It's just keeping everything cool inside that chassis by flooding the entire zone with the very, very cold gas. That's the memory right there. At this point in the video, I'm over here by all of the custom builds that they have set up. We're gonna take a brief little break and give you guys another build montage. Enjoy. With all of the incredibly impressive builds that they have here, the one that I might have enjoyed the most is this one, which is basically a keg, which is set up to make it look like the beer. Well, I mean, the fluid in there, it looks like you get to drink the fluid and it is beer. It's actually Taiwan beer, which is very appropriate. Technically, these loops are actually separate, so just wanted to clarify that, but very cool and unique build here. Cheers, G.Skill. Rounding things out, we have the G.Skill OC World Record Stage. G.Skill manages to get so many overclockers from all over the world to come out and to do overclocking. And they have like a competition that goes on all week. I'm here at the beginning of the week, so I don't even know who's gonna win this. Who do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be our boy Joe, Bearded Hardware? His beard's longer than that now. Lots of faces up here. Some of them come and go during the week, but it's a very exciting event for anyone who's into high-end LN2 overclocking and exotic cooling. But guys, that's gonna wrap it up for my coverage here at the G.Skill Suite from Computex 2023. I wanna say a big thank you to my sponsors for this event, G.Skill, of course, as well as Thermaltake, Gigabyte, and Cooler Master. I have more videos coming at you real soon, so subscribe if you're not already. Hit the thumbs up button. We'll see you guys in the next video.